guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, welcome. My name's Monica, and in today's video I'm going to be answering the audiobook tag questions that Jess from Honest Fiction came up with. Now, I had a video already to be edited and stuff, so this last week we were finishing up for the school year, had to clean out a lot of things, had to make sure everything was done, and I needed to be done by Friday because I needed the mental and the physical break. And so I was like, and today is Friday, so you'll be seeing this tomorrow. So I had enough energy on Tuesday to come home and film a video, but I did not have enough energy to edit the video. And I'm so happy I'm on break. So that being said, I wanted to explain why there wasn't a video on Wednesday. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna film a new video. And then I saw the tag video that Jess had put out, and I love it because I primarily listen to audiobooks. So I thought this would be a great thing. And I know that tag videos don't do well on my channel, but I just really love this tag and I want to do it. So without further ado, let's just get into the tag questions. So the first question that she came up with is, what was the first audiobook you ever listened to? It was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. I was moving cross country when it first came out, and my brother, who also really likes Harry Potter, we listened to it from the West Coast when we were going to the East Coast. So it was a time. I enjoyed my time in that book. Question 2 is, who is your favorite narrators? I can't just pick one or two. So I picked 6 male narrators and 6 female narrators. Sorry, not sorry. Listen, I have a whole playlist of me talking about these narrators, and some of them, not all of them, because I haven't gotten through them all yet. But I will link that playlist down below if you are interested in checking out those videos. I highlight different narrators. So there's one narrator video I did not private that I did. I do not condone what he did. I will not be talking about him ever again on my channel, so just be aware of that. But if you want to go check out the other narrators that I was talking about in that playlist, again, it's linked down below. But let's get into my favorites that I have. So the first one is Sebastian York, and I have like 2 or 3 videos for him. I have a video for Aiden Snow. I think I have 2 videos for Aiden Snow, actually. Jacob Morgan and Zachary Weber. I know I have at least 1 video for him. I know I have 1 video for Connor Crayas. Absolutely love him to pieces. Jason Clark, I have like 1 or 2 videos for him, I think. Absolutely love him. I have not done a video for Sean Kristen yet, but I need to do a Sean Kristen video sooner rather than later. So those are my favorite male narrators, the ones that I literally, if I don't know the author, but I see the narrators, I'm going to pick that book up. That's how much I love these narrators. And for my female narrators, Andy Arndt, who also goes by Elena Wolf. Her Elena Wolf stuff is more provocative. So yeah, it's cool. But I really love her. I think she's fantastic. I know I have 1 video for her, and I know I have 1 video for Erin Mallon. I think I have a video for Samantha Brentmore. I absolutely love Samantha Brentmore. I do not have a video for January Lavoie. She primarily does like women's fiction and romantic suspense and stuff like that. So I really love her narration, especially around her narrations for Nora Roberts are great. I know I have a video for Carly Robbins, who also goes by CJ Bloom. Love her to pieces. And I do not have a video for, but I do need to make a video for Rose Dario. She's fantastic. I love her so much. So question 3, what audio platform do you use? I use Audible, and I have KU, but I will get stuff from WhisperSync because it makes it cheaper. I mean, I've gotten books for like $1.99, $2.99, $3.99 from WhisperSync. The most I ever paid for an audiobook on WhisperSync is $7.49. I like Audible because there's some where you can only get Audible exclusive. And yeah, that's not the best thing. But they do have some, like specifically at the end of the year, they have a really, really store-wide sale that I save up for the entire year to be able to get my audiobooks. And so primarily pre-order stuff that's coming out if they have it up for pre-order. Plus I will get backlists for like $2-3 on this audiobook sale, so that's why I still have Audible. And then Hoopla and Libby. So my Libby is not the best. I kind of need to find another library that is not going to be in my area. I need to find another library to have a better selection. But Hoopla has been really consistent. I don't get a lot of, unfortunately, I don't get a lot of holds from them. I only get 5 a month, which is nothing. So I'm just like, ugh. But anyway, so question 4 is, what did you love on audio that you might not have enjoyed reading physically? That would be A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness. I really loved that audiobook. I thought it elevated the story. I really like the story. It's a witchy academic romance. It's kind of dark and stuff, but it's not too dark. My biggest thing is that it would have been a slog to get through because there's a lot of information in that book that doesn't necessarily pertain to the protagonist, for Matthew and Diana, and there's some parts where there's just a lot of information thrown at you, and so I probably would have had a harder time with that book if I had read it physically. So question 5 is, what's your go-to audiobook speed? I generally stick at 2.5. Now I will go down to 2 if there's a heavy accent or if there's music in the audiobook, but my sweet spot is 2.5. Number 7 is, do you listen while multitasking, or do you sit and listen like it's a movie? I do both, but mostly it's multitasking. So I do puzzles. I sit there and have a coloring app on my phone that it's very relaxing. I do crochet, and so I will sit there and listen to an audiobook while I crochet. When I'm doing housework or cooking or baking, I listen to audiobooks. When I'm doing spreadsheet work at work or whatever, like, I will do that. When I'm making graphics for you guys, or even making thumbnails for YouTube or the graphics for Instagram, I will listen. I'll more than likely be listening to an audiobook. I will also listen while I'm driving. It's just what it is. See, I am very much ADHD, and so I literally get stuck when I'm trying to talk, and you don't know because I've edited that part out, but I've been caught on a few words pretty much because of my ADHD. But that's being said, is sometimes when I really have to hyper focus, I will put in an audiobook because my brain works weird. I need simultaneous stimuli to be able to truly focus on both things. I don't know why it does that. It just does that. While I am doing data, while I'm doing other things, I will be listening to an audiobook because I need to be able to do the math. I need to be able to do this stuff. And for some reason, I work best when my brain is being stimulated by 2 different stimulants, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It doesn't particularly for me, but it's the way it is, and this is the way I work. So that's one of the biggest reasons why I do listen to audiobooks, and that's why I go through a lot of reading. Now this goes into question A, is what's your biggest audiobook pet peeve? My biggest audio pet peeve is people being very judgmental that you do listen to audiobooks. I don't tell you how to read. I don't tell you you should be reading only physical books. You should be reading only literary fiction. I don't tell you that you should never read a physical book or whatever. Like, I don't do that. Everybody gets the information differently. We all learn differently. What works for me will not work for other people, and that's okay. What I don't like is people judging me for listening to audiobooks while I am working on a spreadsheet, getting all that information into spreadsheets or doing the math that I have to do. Now, I don't listen to audiobooks while I'm writing for narratives or for school or whatever I'm doing. I don't do that because I don't want what I'm listening to bleed into that. So that being said, there are people who say that audiobook listening is not reading. You are reading because you are getting the information through a sense. Your eyes are a sense, your ears are a sense. If you're blind or you're deaf, you could be using Braille. That's reading, because your brain is registering the information you are absorbing the information that you are getting. So to say that audiobook isn't listening, Braille isn't listening because you're touching, because it's not eyeball reading, is stupid. And it's very short-sighted, and it really bothers me. Okay, off my soapbox on that one. Number 9 is, if you could make any book into an audiobook, which one would it be and who would narrate it? Be With Me by Gabrielle Sands, because I really want to read it. Everybody's been reading it, and it's on KU, but there's no audiobook yet, and I've been waiting for the audiobook, but I might not wait for the audiobook. I don't know, but if I was going to pick someone, I'd be probably Elena Wolf, who is Andy Arndt, and Sebastian York, because I just absolutely love Sebastian York, and I love Andy Arndt, so Elena Wolf. So yes, that's probably what I would do. But again, it's because I just don't want to wait. I'm being impatient because I really want to read that book. So number 10 is, what's your all-time favorite audiobook experience? Okay, so these books that I'm going to talk about, they're not my all-time favorites because I don't know what my all-time favorite is. These are audiobooks that have lived rent-free in my mind for one reason or another. And for the first one is The Deal by Elle Kennedy, and it was narrated by Christian Fox and Lorelei Avalon. So there's this part in The Deal that still lives rent-free in my mind. Do not ask me why this part does, but it was the part where he was confronting her about something, and she was in the men's locker room and he was in the shower, and he was questioning her. He's like, try again, try again. And the way Christian Fox narrated that scene, it was just so subtle and so breathy, and it just was everything. And I still think about that scene to this day because of Christian Fox and how he narrated it. Another one is Reckless Refuge by Catherine Cowles. This was narrated by Ava Erickson and Sebastian York. The nuance that Ava Erickson and Sebastian York narrated this with was phenomenal. Like, they elevated this book. This book was fantastic to begin with. This is one of my absolute favorite Catherine Cowles books. It's a woman in hiding on a island in the Pacific Northwest, and he is an artist, and the way they just narrated it was so fantastic. I just absolutely loved that book, and I loved how they narrated the book. The characters came alive with them. And then, of course, I have to say Pucked Off by Helena Hunting. This was narrated by Jacob Morgan and Rose Dario. Jacob Morgan is so fantastic at conveying emotion, so is Rose Dario. And that's what they did, because there's some really darker themes in Pucked Off. There is some comedy in this because it's part of the Pucked series. However, there's a lot of emotional and a lot of tension in this one. It's kind of like her H. Hunting stuff. This is Lance Romero and Poppy, and it's really second chance years later, and he is a playboy, but there's reasons, and it's just fantastic the nuance of how Jacob Morgan and Rose Dario narrated Poppy and Lance was just phenomenal, and I still get goosebumps thinking about how they brought the emotions out in that book. And then, of course, I have to talk about the Bayou Magic series. That is Shadows, Spells, and Serendipity by Kristen Proby. This is a paranormal romance that's set in New Orleans. All 3 books were narrated by Samantha Brentmore, Jason Clark, and Lee Samuels. Jason Clark stole this book series for me, because he narrated the villain, and he did such a phenomenal job. Like, I literally shivered at the creepiness of how he narrated this. It was so freaking good. If I could give you one Jason Clark book to start with, this would be it. This series. The series itself is pretty good. I really like the series, but the way Jason Clark narrated the villain, oh my gosh, it was just like top tier. So you need to pick that one up. And then I have to say another one that was free in my mind for the right reasons and also the wrong reasons is Tormentor Mine by Anna Zares. This is a trilogy, and it's about Peter Sokolov, who falls in love with the woman who is married to the guy that he wants to kill, and he kidnaps her. He is a Russian assassin, and Sebastian York with that Russian accent was everything, and Tracy Marks was fantastic. Question 11 is, have you ever listened to an audiobook that made you pause and say, wait, what did I hear? Yeah, there's definitely audiobooks that I probably did hear scenes that I was like, what? And start laughing and then move on. It's like, whatever. But of course, you're gonna get the fun scenes and all these different books. I mean, I've read a lot, so I can't tell you what book they were, but I just generally laugh or chuckle and move on, and life is good. The last question is, tag some friends. So Jess from Honest Fiction is like, just if you want to do it, do it. But I'm actually going to tag Christy from Christy Reads a Lot, Tori from Novel Life, Lizelle, April, and Baron, because I want to know what you guys, your answers to these are. I really want to know. So consider your guys self-tag, and if you guys, anybody else wants to do it, please, I want to know too, and make sure you tag me in your video so I can go listen to it, okay? Anyway, so that is it for this tag video, and I will be continuing on my normal schedule now that I'm on break, woohoo. So if you've read any of these audiobooks that I have been talking about, please let me know down below. I would love to know. And if there is a narrator that you would like me to check out, please also let me know that down below. And if you made it this far in this video, please leave me a earphones emoji, because we're talking about audiobooks. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.